Hey guys, Nova Explosion, and welcome back to more Fire Emblem Three Houses. I say welcome back, kind of welcome back, but also we're going to be doing something new with Three Houses. We're going to be playing through the side story, which is Cindered Shadows. Very much looking forward to it. But I did say I was going to do Cindered Shadows after the main game. I did want to wait because I wanted to wait for Strikers to release. And I'm playing through Strikers and Vesperia right now, and I'm like, you know what? Coming to the end of Strikers, and I really want to play Fire Emblem again. And I want to get this little side chapter done, because, to be honest, I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this for YouTube. I might make a playlist for Cindered Shadows, for anyone who wants to watch Cindered Shadows. But I'll probably add these videos to the playthrough as well. I'll probably add this to the Golden Deer playthrough, because this is kind of a continuation of the Golden Deer playthrough I did on the channel. So I'll probably do that and make a playlist, just so it's easier to find. But I do want to say, this has nothing to do with the main story. This does not impact the story in any way. So it's kind of weird when it takes place, and it's kind of weird on the timeline of it. But I do know it does not affect the main story, and it is pre-time skip because of the designs of the characters. So I just want to put that out there. But I am going to spoil stuff about Three Houses, about the Golden Deer route, and anything else I know. So be aware of spoilers. If you're watching this for the first time, then would highly recommend going watching my Three Houses playthrough, because I might talk about stuff. It's no holds bar. I might talk about Three Houses related stuff, anything to my knowledge, but I'll try not to. But if it comes up in chat or the comments conversation, I will not hesitate to talk about it. But without further ado, let's start the game, the side story. So we're going to read this really quick. The side story differs from the main game in the following ways: growth units. With the growth, which units will level up, but your skill levels will not increase. Classes, which are units, can change classes but not gain new certifications. And the ore. You gain ore by winning battles and inflicting armor breaks. Be mindful of your weapon durability. This is finite amount of gold and ore. Only the sword of the creator is repaired when you explore. Before each battle, use the shops around the abyss or the battle prep menu to refresh your battalions and forge or repair your weapons. Yeah, so Three Houses, Cindered Shadows has a different combat style. Not really combat style. It has a lot of different mechanics. It's a much more streamlined version of Three Houses. So you're going to notice a lot of the stuff in Three Houses is absent in Cindered Shadows or trimmed down. But it's, I did play this once, by the way, so this isn't blind. But, you know, I played it once, like, 2 months ago, I think. But yeah, I'm going to try to be as blind as possible. I'm not going to spoil this game, the Cindered Shadows. I might spoil the main plot of Three Houses. But I'm not going to spoil Cindered Shadows. But anyway, I am going to play normal because Cindered Shadows is more difficult than the main game, and I think normal gives you a good enough challenge in this DLC, so we're going to go with that. I am going to play on Classic, because I always play Fire Emblem on Classic. We're going to name our protagonist Lucian, because as I said, this is a continuation of the recent Golden Deer playthrough. So we are going to name him Lucian, which is what I did in the previous playthrough. Yeah, sure. Alright, let's get into it. So excited.
Cindered Shadows, the fourth house.
I guess they have to change the name of the game. 4 houses now.
In the imperial year 185, the construction of Garreg Mach was completed. Saint Seros held a sacred ritual to honor the occasion. 4 saints, known as the 4 apostles, were led to a tranquil place to perform the ritual. They poured their holy essences into the chalice of beginnings, a gift from the goddess herself, in hopes of bringing about her second coming. Alas, the rite of rising failed. Bearing the blame for the ritual's failure, the 4 apostles left the monastery, all but vanishing from the land. The first sought the lush forest of Adrestia's mountains. The second traversed Fodlin's fangs, settling on the ocean's salted shores. The third traveled to the mountains, vanishing beneath their lofty peaks. And the fourth faded into shadow, in a town untouched by day's light. Lost to history, nothing but legend now remains of the four apostles. Their offering to the Nabatean chalice and the goddess, who never returned.
That's a lot within like 5 minutes.
Excuse me, sorry to intrude. Please, forgive the disruption, Lady Rhea, but I have that report you asked for.
Do not worry yourself, Eloise. As it happens, I am presently unoccupied. Please, go on.
Ah, great. I'll just... Huh? What's that book you've got there?
It is a chronicle, covering the 995 years since Garrick Mach Monastery's completion.
Huh? Sounds like a good read.
Maintaining the church's records is one of the duties entrusted to all archbishops, myself included.
It should be like a curriculum for every single staff member of Garrick Mach.
This one states that Saint Seros ordered the monastery's construction after the end of the War of Heroes. This is a rare and valuable text. Most documents of that era have been lost to time.
I see. Time aside, we also lost many books in that massive fire 21 years ago.
Indeed. What was once well documented exists now only in this chronicle. Not least of which is the ceremony commemorating the monastery's completion.
Interesting. I'll admit, I know the year it took place, but not a thing beyond that.
That is to be expected, unfortunately. According to this chronicle, the rite of rising was held during the ceremony. The intent was to bring about the goddess's rebirth.
A rite of rising, huh? Can't say I've ever heard of that one.
I am not surprised. There should be countless records documenting that important ritual. Alas, today all we have to go on are fragments of forgotten memories and our own imaginations. One thing is clear. Their wish for the goddess's return was most fervent. Saint Seros held the ritual along with the four apostles, Noah, Chevalier, Timotheus, and Oban. However, it did not bear fruit, as the goddess did not return to this world. So it is written.
I've never heard of the four apostles before. They're different from the four saints, right?
That is correct. Today, almost no records exist of the four apostles.
Oh, mysterious.
Their names live on only in the names of their crests. But the bloodlines bearing those tokens of the past have been lost. Any deeper knowledge of the apostles has all but disappeared from the grand stage of history.
Well, that's interesting. Does that mean they're somewhere backstage?
In a sense. It is possible that their bloodlines have carried on in secret, perhaps materializing where no one thought to look. I had not intended to indulge in such a long-winded lecture. Please, tell me your report, Eloise. It concerns the underground, does it not?
I can't believe she rambled for so long that Alois didn't even give the report.
Oh, right. It's as you suspected. Recently, there have been several incidents in the area beneath Garrick Mach.
Claude, are you certain that suspicious individual you spotted went through there? I will say, that does look a bit like a passageway, doesn't it?
It looks like one of those very obvious passageways in RPGs. I mean, we gotta follow it. It's common sense.
Unless I dreamt it up while sleepwalking, there's no mistaking what I saw.
I never thought I'd say this, but I believe Claude's story.
I always believed Claude's story.
In fact, it reminds me of something. I have heard tales of countless passages snaking beneath Garrick Mach. This is undoubtedly one of them.
Perhaps so. In any case, there's no telling where it leads.
Oh no. Oh, you're right. There's no telling what we could find. Terrible danger, wicked creatures, unspeakable smells.
I'm all for it.
The risk is too high, your highnesses. I must humbly insist that you wait here, where it's safe and smells nice. Meanwhile, Teach and I will track down the bandit-shaped person. If we don't return, do me a favor and call for the knights, will you?
I love Claude so much.
That is quite enough. As though we would allow you to make that call on your own. With so little information, it's far too dangerous. We'll come along as well, right, Dimitri?
Yes, of course. If it was indeed a thief, we must not allow them to get away with their crime. Considering what took place at the goddess's rite of rebirth, vigilance is paramount.
Yeah, so that's a hint that this takes place after the goddess's rite of rebirth, which I believe is chapter 4. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's like chapter 4? It's a relatively early chapter. It's definitely before Gerald's death.
Right, well, tag along if you insist. Just don't come crying to me if we all meet a terrible fate. Deal?
Likewise. Well, no use dallying. Let's be on our way. Unless there's someone else we should call for?
We should bring more. Yo, let's get the whole monastery together. A big field trip including all the houses. We got Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude. It'd be knights. We're not alluring the knights. That's the nerd answer to go with. We should bring more allies.
Yes, a fine idea. Though at this time, I fear few of our classmates are still awake.
That's a good point. Let's wake them up though, because this is far more important.
Whoa there! What's all this, Professor? You and the 3 house leaders creeping around at night? Pretty shady if you ask me.
What's pretty shady is why you guys are suddenly here.
It's certainly a rare and unexpected sighting, especially considering the hour.
It's also rare to see these 3 characters together.
Looks like a whole lot of something is about to happen. I'm going back to bed.
Classic Lindhart.
Stop right there, Lenhart. Your bad luck is our good fortune. You're coming with us.
You could stop thinking of ways out of this, Hilda. We could use your help, too.
Hilda's coming. I need best girl.
You as well, Ash. I'll explain everything on the way.
Happy to help. We don't have anything better to do at this hour, so we may as well pitch in.
Apparently Lindhart just has to sleep, but other than that, you and Hilda have nothing better to do. Lindhart can go back to sleeping.
You have our gratitude. Now then, let us be on our way. Ready, Professor?
The more the merrier, I suppose. Let's just hope we're not all marching to our doom.
We'll be fine. Yo, I love how they're like, oh, we need more allies. And then Hilda, Ash, and Lindhart just pop out of nowhere. I love it.
Yuri, this is brutal. Tell me again why you're subjecting me to this devastating boredom.
Enough with the yawning, ballface. If you're really that bored, you could always make a friendly wager.
Thanks, but no thanks, pal. I'm low on funds as it is. Last thing I need is another debt I can't pay.
Right, B. As if you could say no to that. How diverting that you should bicker for my amusement. Imagine my overwhelming dread were I stuck here without such joyous entertainment.
Count me out. I'll leave the talking to Yuri, Bird, and Coco.
Hey, boss.
Back already, huh? Have you detected any movement on the surface?
Well, I looked for the Cardinals meeting, just like you said. The thing is, I was spotted by some weirdos. They chased after me and everything.
Some weirdos, you say? So very helpful. They weren't knights, were they?
I don't know. There were only a few of them, but I bet they were armed to the teeth.
With meager numbers like that, I doubt they intend to take on Abyss.
They probably took you for some kind of villain. They'll lock you up if they catch you. Finally, a little action. Let's find them first and throw some punches.
Hold, Balthus. 'Tis ignorance itself to rush headfirst into trouble.
You're excited to fight too. You've been waiting for a chance to try out your shiny new magic.
Surface laws don't apply down here. That gives us the freedom to have some fun with them.
That's the most evil-looking face I've ever seen.
They're probably not knights, but our new friends definitely work for the church.
You had best not leave me behind.
It seems this place is more than a simple passageway. There's clear evidence of human habitation.
Oh, what makes you say that?
People living under Garrick Mock? Oh, my brother used to tell me stories like that back in his academy days.
Ah, so Holst attended the academy as well then?
Of course. Back then, there were tons of rumors about what goes on below Garrick Mock. Something about tons of passages and houses beneath the town, all inhabited by super shady people.
Kind of funny how we're talking about this now in a side story, and this did not come up once in the main game.
It had a real intimidating name, too. What was it again? I think it was called Abyss?
Yeah, that sounds right. You know, the name of one of the Tales of games, and Titalian Abyss.
That's 2 points for the pink-haired gal. Welcome to Abyss, strangers.
Identify yourself. That uniform.
Welcome, curious students of the Officers' Academy. What brings such fine, upstanding surface dwellers to our humble abode?
We're tracking someone who was creeping around the monastery.
Our business here does not concern you. Do you intend to let us pass?
Such indulgence simply cannot be permitted. Your words may fool the fool, but I cannot be so easily deceived.
What is wrong with your character portrait?
I, Constance von Nouvelle, shall divine your true intentions.
You also look like a much more perky Ingrid. Upbeat Ingrid, optimistic Ingrid, whatever adjective you want to use.
You are here by order of the church, which cruelly plots to eliminate the inhabitants of Abyss.
You think we're here to harm you?
Did she say Nouvelle?
I don't care what the reason for this brawl is. The fight's on the menu, and I'm ready to feast. Let's get right to it, yeah?
By the look of them, I'd wager they're experienced combatants. I'm not certain this is a wise endeavor.
We'll be fine.
I was thinking the very same thing. Time to make a strategic retreat then?
Turning back already? Oh, but you'll make me so sad. Now, why would you want to do that? Everyone here is starved for amusement. They've been waiting for a good fight.
Wow, look at that. A flawless example of a surprise attack. These aren't...
Oh,
Oh,
this
whoops.
isn't the time.
Wow, look at that. A flawless example of a surprise attack. These aren't your run-of-the-mill thugs.
Claude, this isn't the time to be impressed by our enemy. We must find a way through at once.
Wait. Claude, is it? As in the brand new heir of House Regan?
Who, me? Nah, wrong guy. Claude's a common name in Fodlan. It's just too dashing for new moms to pass up. It's even a popular choice for fake names. Just a good, solid, all-purpose moniker, you know?
Claude is great.
Right, except there's only one Claude enrolled at the academy this year. Looks like that's you.
How do you even know that?
They probably like work with like the principal and have the whole roster. I'm calling stalkers.
Ah, you just gave yourself away, pal. Looks like my luck's finally taking a turn for the good.
Also, someone playing Claude is unheard of.
Alright, so your choices are as follows. Line up for the beating of a lifetime, or let us lock you up like the good boys and girls you undoubtedly are.
And this is like not even a question. I'm definitely gonna beat you guys up.
I have no clue what this guy's going on about, but it looks like a fight's in order. And it's pretty much all my fault.
Nothing is Claude's fault.
There's a saying from the East about fighting a flicker with a flame. Seems applicable right about now.
Finally, let's do this already. Prepare to face the almighty King of Grappling.
Why can't I shake the feeling that I know that wild man?
I guess we're battling already. Oh, save that, of course.